my channel. I am Stephanie. This is the February wrap-up and stats video. Alrighty, I'm in the car at swim practice, and it's a couple days into February or into March, and I wanted to get the February wrap-up recorded for you guys. Don't pay attention to the things in the background. Like I said, I'm at swim practice, which means we're at a school. So there is that, and practices are going on all over the place. Let's just jump into it so that I don't make this super long. As always, I will have a slideshow of all the book covers that I read in chronological order so that you guys can go check out my Patreon if you want to hear more thoughts and feelings about any of the books that you saw, and you're able to get them by week. If you're looking for the sneak peek where I sometimes feature some of the books that I read, you can look there as well to see if you're interested in possibly subscribing to the Patreon. The Patreon is $8 a month, and you get access to all of the early access videos that I may put up, as well as full thoughts, feelings, star ratings, and Steam fans for all of the books that I read every single week. So for the month of February, here are the stats portion. I read a total of 23 books. 11 were audiobooks, 12 were ebooks, and I read 4 arcs. I haven't been in an arc mood. So I am a mood reader, but I do arc read still. And yeah, I wasn't feeling the arcs this month. Yes. So here are the ratings for the books. I had 0 DNFs, 0 1-stars, 0 2-stars, 3 3-star books, and 20 4-star books. I had 0 5-star books. There wasn't anything that just really wowed me this month, but at the same time, I did read a lot of pretty good books that I would definitely recommend. So here is a portion where I talk about the Black authors that I did read. It was February, Black History Month. Of course, I'm going to read Black books. I read them 365 days a year. And I highlight them in every single month. So if you've ever wondered what Black authors that I do read and support or read during each month, make sure you go back and check out this Blackout portion of it. So we're just going to name them off. We have Watermelon Sugar by L. Lauren, Mocha Chocolate Latte by Posey Parks, Italian Ice by S. London, Passion Fruit by Kenya Wright, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jane Allen, Aleatory by Xavier Neal, Stroke of Midnight by Andy J. Christopher, Chasing Ava by Siera London, Mr. Vega by Zyla Turner, Hike Baby by Xavier Neal, Firefly by Tamara Whitlow, The Perfect Ruin by Shanora Williams, Filthy Professor by Nicole, Convincing Lena by Siera London, Restore Me by J.L. Seegers, and Missile Foe by Kimberly Lemming. Yay! For a little bit of bookish news, if you have not seen it, I did restart my Let Me Introduce You series. I have been having an amazing time. I will be releasing these videos every 2 weeks. From when I started it in the beginning of March, so a couple days ago, and hopefully I'm gonna do 8 episode seasons, so you'll get 8 episodes one every other week for 8 times, and then I'll take a small little break, probably like a 2-week break or something like that, and then start the next season. Or I may not even call them seasons. I'll just, that's just where we're at. You'll have one every other week, something like that, or every 2 weeks, however that works out when it comes to the saying. So since I didn't have any 5-star books, I just went ahead and picked 5 of my favorite books that I read for the month of February for my top 5 reads, and we're going to talk about them. So first up, we have Watermelon Sugar by L. Lauren, and this was part of the Lunchtime Chronicles, and even though I didn't give this book 5 stars, it started on page 1 with the spicy, sexy times, and I was all in for this story. So with this story, we have a basketball player and a coach who meet at a photo shoot for like a promotion, and they're getting it on in one of the green rooms or the dressing room or something like that. And then come to find out, this basketball player ends up on the team that the coach is the coach of. So initially they weren't on the same team, but then some things end up happening and she ends up on the basketball team that he is coaching. And it was a quick novella that you can read under 2 hours, and I was here for it. I really enjoyed this story, but the best part about it was that it started off page 1 super hot and spicy, and I loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Then we have Bad Timing by Christy Lee. This was an arc that I read. Christy has released it. It's available for you. I love a chance meeting and arranged sort of fake marriage of convenience. That's where I was getting at. So this is sort of a marriage of convenience. We have a guy that has a rich family and rich past and has an inheritance coming to him. However, he has to get married in order to gain this inheritance, and his parents want him to marry a specific person or a specific type of person, and he's not having it. He is so far removed from his sort of richity rich sort of family members, and he ends up hitting this chick walking across the street and has to take care of her. And in that, in turn, while he's taking care of her, he finds that he really, really likes her personality, likes her look, likes her, and, is like, hey, would you mind marrying me so that I can inherit my money? I know that you're not in it for any of the wrong reasons, and you're not just trying to use me, because when I hit you, you didn't even want me to pay for your bills. Yeah. Loved it. It was super fun, super cute, had some sexy moments, and I was here for it. Next, I'm going to highlight Chasing Ava by Siera London. Now, this is the S. London that is responsible for the Lunchtime Chronicles. She's also my first back interview for Let Me Introduce You series for this restart and everything like that. It is available, so make sure that you go check that out. I will link that interview down in the description box, so if you want to go see it. But she wrote Chasing Ava, and this is so the story is about a pediatric nurse and a pediatric doctor that end up getting together while they're battling it out at the hospital, and there are just lots of issues that I absolutely loved. It is based semi in a military community, so you get that little aspect to it. There's a little bit of suspense that goes along with it that really kind of caught me off guard. I was like, I didn't realize this was going to be a suspenseful book, and it was so good. I loved it. I'm loving the series that is coming out of this first book and meeting all the characters and doing all their journeys and stuff like that. So go check it out. It's a great series starter, and this one is a standalone. It can be read by itself, just like all of the other books. But this one, yeah, loved it. Mwah. So good. So good. I really enjoyed it. Next, we have Missile Foe by Kimberly Lemming. I had this book over the winter. She released it. It's a novella. It's part of the Mead. What is it? Oh, it's Mead something. Mead novels or Mead stories or something like that. But it's a short little story. We have another paranormal romance sort of thing going on. We have a blacksmith. Woman that is a blacksmith, her family, her father gets cursed because he stole some metalworking, like blacksmithing ore. That's what it is. Stole some ore from this magical mountain. Now, whenever he forges a weapon, it talks. It talks. I was here for it. So we have our female character who goes into the mountains to try and lift the curse from her family, but at the same time she has this magical sword that is a smart mouth little sword, and It was so good. There's small little elements of BDSM in it, and it was just a novella. It was quick, it was fun, and I really, really enjoyed it. Next, I'm going to talk about Filthy Professor by Nicole. I got to ARC read this one, and Nicole is finally back, and hopefully her muses continue to talk to her, because this was so much fun. We have a student-teacher dynamic. However, they didn't know they were student-teacher in that student-teacher dynamic until after they got back from Vegas and had a what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas but doesn't actually stay in Vegas situation that goes on. They both get back, find out that she is in his class. There is an age gap, and it has a little bit of suspense that I didn't know that I was going to get. I knew that I was going into an age gap romance and that it was going to be somewhat taboo, but to have the suspense that went along with it, I was like, thank you, Nicole. And I kind of want the other stories for some of the side characters that are brought up in this story. Yes, I'm just putting that out there in the universe that I would love to read more about the characters. And that was the final book. Oh my goodness, that was 5 books that I talked about. So those are the 5 books that I definitely think you guys should go check out from the month of February. Other than that, if you guys know my outro, you can feel free to skip ahead like 10 or 15 seconds to the chronological books. But otherwise, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. My PayPal, my Patreon, and all of my social links are down in the description box. Make sure you're following me everywhere. I do a lot of different content on a lot of different on all the other platforms. Let's see if I can get that out. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and we will see you in another video.